What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of Show Your Work Boy podcast. Today, we really want to shout you all out for just the awesome support you showed on episode 1. We just broke 100 followers on Instagram. So I think that's something to celebrate. We're going to hopefully take that 100 followers and take it to the moon, but we know who was here before everyone else, so we appreciate you all. Today, we're going to talk a lot sports, a lot of random things, but we want to continue to make better content, and we want to grow what we're doing and, put it towards you all. So please, if you ever have any comments, if you have any issues with what we're doing, if you have any ideas, please, we're really open to this. We're just two dudes who are just trying to, have a little bit of fun on a podcast and see where it goes. So just let us know. I'm going to give the links right now. So our Instagram and our YouTube is Show Your Work Boys, and our TikTok is Show Your Work Podcast. So please check those out, follow, like, subscribe, comment, you know what they say. And we just appreciate you all and hope you enjoy episode 2 and, make this a weekly routine for you all, whether it's before work, on the john, or after work.
All right, everybody. I really thank you, Tony, so much for that beautiful intro. Everybody knows that I'm not as eloquent as Tony is when it comes to my vocabulary and being articulate. But it'll take us right into our first ad read of the day. This episode is brought to you by Winchesterton Fieldville University. The great people from Winchesterton Fieldville are now giving out rebates for new enrollees. For a limited time only, they're offering you bring one friend, you get a discount. A bring one, get one discount, if you will. If you bring a friend, drunk uncle, random hobo from the street, local crack addict, you enroll them in classes and they pay for a full semester, they will give you an entire semester for free. That's right, you can get a degree for BOGO price at Winchesterton Fieldville University. Shout out, Winchesterton Fieldville. Great people.
And as we say every week, we want sponsors. So please, we will beg here all day for some sponsors.
Need sponsors.
Mitch, thank you for reading that ad read. Mitch, before we kind of jump into today, I just want to get your thoughts on episode 1 thoughts and, just the love that we received.
Yeah, man, I think episode 1 was perceived a little bit, honestly, better than we expected. 100 followers in 2 weeks, dropping content pretty regularly. A lot of good viewership, a lot of good responses, a lot of, just I thought we did well ourselves in order to talk about everything we wanted to talk about, not drag it on too long. I know that the first episode was long because we had a ton to cover and we hadn't had a previous episode. But thank you for everybody that ended up sitting through that whole episode and watching that. We really appreciate it.
For sure. The fans have been great. There have been a lot of great comments, been a lot of fun things being said. I'm excited to kind of share a little bit about that later in the podcast. But, I just want to get your thoughts, man. I think it's really cool. This is something that you and I would talk sports on a couch. So I think it's kind of cool to just put it, out there and see, what sticks,
exactly, man.
Who enjoys it.
We would talk about this regardless. We would talk about all this over the phone, on a couch, getting drinks on the golf course. So we're just recording it and putting it out there for the people, hoping they like it.
Yeah. Well, what a great first episode. We're really excited to continue to go. Now, Mitch, I want to start this, we know what the first watch thing of this season has been. It's been Show Your Work Boy podcast, right? But the second most watched thing, obviously, is the Olympics.
Sure.
I mean, we know where we're at. What are your thoughts on the Olympics so far, man? I know that the Winter Olympics is seen a little different as the Summer Olympics, but I know that it's just as important, if not more important.
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of the Summer Olympics for sure. I just think basketball, being in there is a big deal. Not the biggest fan of winter anyway, so I'm always strayed towards more of the Summer Olympics. But just wanted to give a little quick update as a total of the Winter Olympics. Norway is currently in first. As of last night, they had 37 total medals and 17 golds. The U.S. is second, closely in second, with 29 gold medals and 10 gold. The first thing I really want to talk about is something that caught a lot of attention early on with the Winter Olympics, and that's Lindsey Vonn. All-time GOAT, on downhill skiing, like household name. You might not know anything about the Olympics, but if you're from America, you have heard of Lindsey Vonn. Um, dude, she might be the closest to Kobe in a separate sport. Like that Mamba mentality of, yeah, I just snapped my ACL in half. I'm still gonna downhill ski without an ACL and try and do this. Just blew my mind. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I do. And first, shout out like Lindsey Vonn, man. Like to go out, it stinks the way that she went out, but the message that was sent is really just, I mean, to me, the inspiring take of it. I think that I hope that a lot of people around her and a lot of people watching the Olympics saw just the tenacity, the drive, but also the love. I think we kind of forget the message of sports is it's a passion of what you do. And she loves her sport so much and just loves the country that she's, repping. So it was just amazing to see. Now I don't advise anyone to go play on a torn ACL, right? Like,
Nah, nah.
do follow what your doctors say, obviously, but Lindsey Vonn is just a true testament to what our athletes bring, the mentality that a strong athlete brings, and I mean, she's a household name for the rest of her life,
Oh
as she
yeah.
should be, right? And I'm not like a huge keen, watcher of her sport or the Winter Olympics, but I will say that like I was keeping in touch with that. Like I was seeing where the trending was going, and I saw that she was going to race on a torn ACL, and I was like, dude, like that's different, man. Like I'm probably gonna miss a men's league game because I got a little sniffle, So I'm not comparable with Lindsey Vonn, but she's awesome, man, and she's been great.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I coming up through college and high school, like I mean, I had some buddies that miss a game because I sprained an ankle. Growing up through all kinds of different sports, like I knew guys that would sprain an ankle, they would get a bad haircut and not play. Like, dude, like there was this is everybody making excuses not to play if they weren't at
Hmm.
100%. And in a world where that's kind of normalized, especially with the load management in certain leagues, I definitely think that just trying to do that on torn ACL is really inspirational and it sends a great message for young athletes.
Yeah, Mitch, I was gonna ask you with just kind of with that, what do you think that shockwave is going to be sent through just sports in general? Do you think that this has like a generational effect, or maybe not generational, that's probably the wrong word, but do you think it has like a lasting effect on different type of sports? Just her tenacity, just the way that she.
I don't know if it will, but it should.
Yeah.
Like this is some shit Kobe would do. Like I said, like it's the Mamba mentality. It's that true like psychopath feeling that you have to have in order to compete when you know your body is probably going to give out on you. Kobe shot free throws with a torn Achilles, then just walked into the locker room. Like it definitely gives me that kind of vibes, and it should be remembered as a great moment in sports where she worked 4 years in order to compete for like 2 weeks a month. It it just shows all the effort and dedication that she puts in and end up still wanting to go through it even though your body's breaking down on you. And I
Yeah.
it should be a message to young athletes and everybody out there like, look, we're all going to go through crap. You just got to want it more than everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, Darren Peterson could never.
I'm talking about him later when we bring up basketball, but that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, you just know this brother's hitting his coach, but that's a whole nother topic. But on
Yeah.
the Olympics, you talked about where we're at with the gold medals, how Norway's leading right now as of this current moment, and we're close in second. In a sport that isn't necessarily ours, but that we portray a lot in the United States is hockey. And I know that we kind of wanted to talk about the women's and the men's hockey team. So I think we'll start with the women's hockey team. They won gold. What were your thoughts? Did you check out that match?
I did not. I did look at the scores though. I did not watch a
Hmm.
single match, but I can tell you I looked at the scores and I think I went through and I believe they scored almost 60 goals. I know it was somewhere in the 50s through all of their matches, and they've only given up like maybe 9, 10 goals. Just absolute dominant run, especially for hockey.
It's who I don't get me wrong. I love like a fairy tale story. Like one of those like Cinderella stories we get in March for basketball.
Yeah.
Same. the dominance, dude. This ain't one of them, but it's something. It's a bulldozer. You know, the women's hockey team was bulldozing other
Oh
countries,
yeah,
and it
it's
wasn't even funny.
it's dream team reminiscent.
Yeah, and dream team of the hockey. Well, you know, but they were getting active, and then also our men's hockey team. Um, we're in the
Doing
gold
great as
medal
well.
event, right?
Yeah, we're facing down with Canada. I believe tomorrow, as we're recording this Sunday, February 22nd. I believe that's the gold medal match. And I just wanted to, if we win both gold medals this year, I think it's only right that we can claim hockey as a U.S. sport until the next Winter Olympics. Not saying we get that for life, that designation for life, but I
Okay.
think we get it for the next 4 years as we're double gold champs if it happens.
And what does that mean for the U.S. then? If we, because I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think it's cool, but like, what does that mean for the U.S. if we get it as a sport? We just add it.
I
Be
mean, we
like,
just get to say that, like it's like the
oh,
back-to-back World War champ saying, like
yeah.
we just get to claim it. It's something cool to say.
But will this be a like kind? I don't want to say Mickey Mouse gold medal, but Sidney Crosby's not playing.
Yeah, I know. And obviously you want to beat a team at their best. Um, but sometimes it just doesn't end up that way. And it's unfortunate that Sidney Crosby went down, but you can only play the team in front of you. You can't sit here and take away, well, Crosby didn't play, so
Yeah.
you guys shouldn't have won the gold, don't deserve it. It's like, well, he could have played like Lindsey Vonn. Like Lindsey Vonn participated. He could have done that. He just didn't want it enough.
Yeah. We're gonna call this the Miami of Ohio effect. Play who's in front of you, don't worry about it.
I like that, yeah.
Play who's in front of you, don't worry about it. No, but Sidney Crosby's such a good athlete, really good hockey player.
He
I
is.
think it is. It's a tough miss for Canada. I hope the U.S. can capitalize on that because I mean, it'd be one thing to lose to them with Sidney Crosby, to lose without Sidney Crosby. That's a whole nother story. Then
Yeah.
we get into the point of, is it our sport to? I don't think we can ever claim this sport again.
If we, eh, yeah, probably not. But I don't know. It's always fun to rile up other countries and other people's opinions of the U.S. because kind of a controversial country now and then.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I think every Olympics, like not let me not say every Olympics for the viewer. Most Olympics, I mean, when the U.S. comes to play, we're the favorites, man. I mean, we are usually dominant in a lot of sports in a lot of areas. But I do think that I mean other countries always make a push,
Oh
right?
yeah,
So it's the oh the U.S. lost like that. So it does stink a little bit to see if the U.S. lose. And like I said, we're making a push. We're second in the Olympics. We are not a traditionally super cold country, so I don't know if that helps or hurts us. But that's for a whole nother story.
yeah, and yeah. I wanted to finish off the Olympic talk a little
Hmm.
bit with. I know that the coach of the U.S. men's hockey team, his son-in-law is actually playing on the team.
Yeah.
McAvoy. I just thought that was a really cool story to have at the Olympics, and even better if they win the gold.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine winning gold, going to hug family member who played for you? Like that's one of those things where like you hang it up in the Louvre. You know,
Oh yeah,
you're putting it on your wall. You're framing that somewhere. That's going to be a really cool moment. I know that that's happened a decent amount of times in sports. When I think about it, and I can't think of a better memory for a family than doing
for
that.
sure.
It's
Totally
a
agree.
I'll shed a tear for the McAvoys if I need to. Um, no, but that's amazing for them, and I think that hey, we're cheering U.S. We're hoping the U.S. make a deep push for the Winter Olympics. Norway's got us right now. To be honest, I don't keep up a lot with Norway, so I don't know how Norway has us, but it is what it is, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's always those very cold countries always like a random one. I feel like always does good one year. Like Switzerland will have a good year,
Yeah,
or something like that. I think the one year Ukraine had a really good year out of
yeah,
nowhere. But yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Well, hey, Mitch, I'm
Yes.
really cheering for the U.S. I hope we go get the Olympics. But man, I just hope everyone is tuning into the Olympics. Now, before we jump on to like some other topics, would you
Mm-hmm.
be a, would you be able to read one of our
Oh, we
gracious
have more
sponsors that we
ads?
have?
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely have more.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and read one. So this podcast is brought to you my depleted wallet. After a very successful first week of sponsors, they've all backed out. After my wishy-washy comments about our former sponsor, Finkeldorf's. Finkeldorf's was not a fan. The words that I said about their chicken, unfortunately. So we are now cold calling local businesses in the area. I think I hit up a Snappy Tomatoes Pizza yesterday. Um, I know Tony's been hitting up all the Dunkins. We're just trying to keep the lights on, guys. Someone could give us some funds. We'd really appreciate it. We're really in a rough situation here. There might be a GoFundMe in our future, but as for now, we can keep recording.
We're just trying to monetize these days, guys. So please just keep supporting, keep liking, commenting, subscribing. You know what the YouTubers say. Awesome. But
Yep,
hey,
totally
Mitch.
agree.
But Mitch,
Yeah,
golf. We're getting
sure,
it's getting to the warmer season,
sure.
man. So, something to look forward to. I know I'm looking forward to golf. I
Oh
I,
yeah,
I can say the same about you. You just texted me last night how you got a new bag and a rangefinder, and that rangefinder's not going to
yes,
help you,
sir.
buddy. I hate to tell you,
Okay, all right. We'll see.
but there's a lot going on in golf right now, man. With the Genesis Invitational happening right now.
Yes, sir.
The there was a tournament last week, the Colin Morikawa one, where Scotty allowed him to win because he decided to play bad for the first 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, Scotty gets real nice. He's a nice streak, and he's like, "I'll just come in like top five. Like, I don't need to win every." Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely do feel like he tries more than anything to win in the Masters. And the other ones, he's kind of like, "I'll just mess around and try some stuff
Mhm.
out on these." Like, I don't
I
know.
think I think he's watching the pod. I think he saw that you said he's going to go for a Scotty Slam, and I think he's conserving his energy to win
He
four
might be
majors.
ramping up. Yeah,
So, but pro golf is pro golf. It's fun. Colin Morikawa wins last week. He gets the hug from his wife, and his wife asked, "Did he win?" I thought that was funny. This week, no, I
yeah,
don't know if
that
you
was
saw that.
good.
Yeah. This week, Marco Penge and Rory McIlroy are, top of the table right now, followed by,
Hmm.
a couple people who I have no idea who they are, like
I
Jacob
believe
Bridgman.
Bridge. Yeah, Bridgman.
Yeah. But so that, whatever. YouTube golf, though. Some we didn't
Yeah,
really jump into, quite a bit.
sure.
One of my favorite watches is Bob Does Sports, Mitch, and I gotta get
Everybody's
your
favorite watch.
opinion. I gotta get your opinion on not just Bob Does Sports, but
Yeah.
I want you to rank the members of Bob Does Sports.
I mean, that's easy, right?
Yeah,
Number one, got to go Bobby.
sure.
Are we going talent or just like total?
No, bro, just who you like watching, bro. Talent Bob's at the bottom. We're not worried about that.
Talent vibes at the bottom. All right. Yeah, Bobby's first.
Okay.
Are we including the Jet and Pop and
Nah,
Jensen or
we'll
no?
just the three guys, man.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go Bobby one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go FP2, and then we're gonna go cold cuts like number 10.
Goodness, the cold cuts hate over here.
I don't even hate cold cuts, bro. It's just like ah, he gives me he feels like he tries too hard sometimes. And the one thing that I really don't like seeing him in, he's a great supporting role. I think he's awesome when he's vibing off of Bob and FP and
Mm-hmm.
everybody else, and they're having like good banter back and forth. I just don't think he's meant for the spotlight. And that goes into his hater series where he's playing haters. I mean, I just watched their Tony Finau video last night,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think Cold Cuts hit like 20 balls OB. It was rough,
Yeah.
man. It was rough. He's struggling right now. I think he's in his head about the hater series. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just can never take him serious when he's mad. So it's kind of funny when guys are chirping him and he's like, "Oh, you're a really big piece of ass right now, man." He's got the little lisp and his teeth are falling out. Like I also don't think he's good enough to play against haters. Like you got guys like I know Short Game King's been doing a hater series.
Yep.
The guys that made it popular, Riggsy and Foreplay.
Hmm.
And Riggsy's, even though Riggsy's swing is very unorthodox, he's
Yeah.
a good golfer. Um, but yeah, I love cold cuts in total. I just not loving that hater series, man.
No, it's fair. I will say that I tuned into the last Hater series, and I think that the first hole I was watching it, and I was like, this is bad, because I think the winner of the hole shot, I think they shot an 8
Yeah,
on a par 4, and I was like, what's happening? And Joe, but the funny part was Bob was like, he was like, Joe, like it's okay, and Joey's like, no, I'm playing bad golf, and like, bro, no one's tuning in to watch you play good golf. No one wants to
yeah,
see you. No one wants to see you win shooting a birdie. Like
it
we
is
want
true.
this, you know. So I'm a big fan of the Hater series only because it just shows how bad these guys are, and that's okay. Like I'm not saying that I'm better than them,
Yeah,
right? I think I I've got no game when it comes to golf. I just like going outside and hitting balls when I can. But I think the Hater series is funny. I agree with your ranking. I put Bob, FP, cold cuts, and I just think that I mean Bob is a generational watch. I was watching a video yesterday, and I think it was one of his like break 80, and
hmm
someone said Bob like it was like Bob 100 like or it was like 85 or 90% of golfers are chasing breaking 90. So you've done that. And Bob looked back at whoever it was and he goes, "Well, 99% of them don't play for like for a living."
yep.
And "Damn." I was like, "That's tough, man. Like
I think
that's
it
not
was
a good
Wesley
look."
he was talking to in the cart. Yeah.
I was like, "That's not a good look." So, no, but dude, BDS to the moon, man. I
Oh my
watch all their
God.
videos. They're hilarious. The Break 80 series, the anytime they bring on a pro golfer 1v3, the food episodes, John Rahm down 13
hmm
donuts in 2 holes. Um, Ozempic P, you know what they've been
Big
calling
P.
him? Yeah,
OP.
yeah. So I don't know. YouTube golf is just, as we said last week, it's trending, and I think that those guys are one of the spearheads, if not the spearhead, of why YouTube
Oh yeah.
golf is where it's at.
I know that Wesley or the Bryan Bros are kind of like OGs with it,
Hmm.
and they're awesome to watch too. But like no one's ever going to be able to recreate Bob's personality, and that's the biggest part of BDS. Like
Yeah.
you said, all like generational personality. If the dude was not on camera or not.
Hmm. I think it's also because they're not like gamers. You know, like they're not the Wesley Bryan, like the plus handicaps or the
Yeah.
close. You know, like I think it's because Bob is like FP a little but like still love FP, but like those guys are relatable. Like you watch them and you're like, oh dude, like I might look like that on a golf course one day,
Oh yeah.
or at least most of us. Whereas you know you're getting into like the small 1% of the ones who look at Wesley Bryan's like, oh, like I know how to work a ball 30 yards in the air to the left and
Yep.
make it sit on a green 10 feet. Like that's not my game. My game is I'm hoping that I put the ball in the air and we're gonna go from there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah. And also, Bob does sports as most YouTube. I think they just signed with Tacoma.
They did. They signed with Tacoma and Lab, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think the Tacoma bag just has to be absurdly fat. They got them. They got. I know they got Taco Sam Huang. I don't know how to say his last name. Luke
Which one?
Kwong. They
Yeah, Luquan. Yeah.
Grant Horvat. Dude, I don't know how Horvat pulled off the TaylorMade and Tacoma sponsorship. I think he has
Yeah.
Lab too.
Yep.
Like, I mean, that dude's just sponsored by everyone. He's blows my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can do all three, but hey, he's doing it.
Yeah. Tacoma's also, I think Wesley Bryan, so the Bryan Bros are
Okay.
Tacoma. Um, there's a couple other like they're not like I wouldn't call them small YouTube golfers, but like they're not like as big as the BD like Bob the Sports.
hmm
Like Joshua Kelly, I think is Tacoma Golf.
Okay.
Uh, there's a couple guys that I've seen that just like they promote Tacoma Golf. And dude, you're right. Tacoma, it's not only that their bag is just they've got a deep bag work right now of money. Dude, it's so cool that they're able to offer golf clubs at a discount for people who want to play.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's a great way to get into the game. I will say that I got fitted for clubs and I went and got Tacomas through my fitting just because I knew, like, so those are on the way. So like I'm a promoter of Tacoma. If they want to sponsor us, please do. Mitch will get some irons as well. But
Sure. I'll definitely throw my PXGs in the dumpster if Tacoma wants to sponsor the sponsor the pod.
hey, for
I like
sure,
them,
man.
but I mean, if Tacoma's sponsoring, you
Hey,
know.
Tacoma, man. And I think that it's kind of like the new wave of golf. It's the way that hopefully golf kind of moves. I know that golf has always been just like a super like expensive, very like, put the belt on, long pants to the course and whatnot. And it's kind of moving in the direction of I've seen people wear hoodies,
Yep.
wearing shorts out to the course, and maybe the price of clubs are able to go down. I don't know exactly how that works in our economy, but maybe that's the way the golf can trend.
Yeah, hopefully, man. I mean, it is a super expensive sport.
Yeah. But I just wish, because think about it, if you can make it a little less expensive, man, that's just more people going outside. I know that for me, I didn't have clubs at the start. I was one of the guys who said, I don't ever think I want to play golf.
Mm,
And one of my roommates was said, let's go out and play nine. Just come out with us. Like, just come hit a couple balls. And, shanked all of them, right? But then you get on the 18th and you get on the
hit that
18th
one
fairway
ball.
and you hit the one and it didn't even spin. It just bounced, but it bounced to like 20 feet on the green. And I was like, I'm him. And
Yep.
I bought clubs the next day.
Yeah, man. It really does take one shot for you to get addicted for a lifetime and spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on
Yeah,
apparel, equipment, and green fees.
for sure. And with the brand like Tacoma, who's trying to go in like a cheaper route and still trying to keep that like flashy piece of golf, what do you think that means for other brands like Titleist, Callaway, TaylorMade, trying to compete?
I think that they can go one of two ways. They can either try and compete with a brand like Tacoma and
Hmm.
lower the prices, be more accessible, or they can go the opposite way and they can try and premium up their brand and just say, "Oh yeah, well, ours are more expensive because of this. We've been around since the 1800s. We like it's this much better of a metal compared to Tacoma. It's this much more forgiving. It's this much more technology and R&D put into it." They can go one of two ways. I think we probably will see them go a more premium route like we have with the drivers. I think the Callaway Quantum is like a $700 driver head, which is insane. But I mean, that's the way they're going.
Yeah, that's just the way technology is. Golf always changes, man. I try to think of it as like, is Titleist, Callaway, are all of those brands, are they even competing with Tacoma, or is it just different? And I mean that in like the best way for both of them.
Yeah.
It's not like they're trying to get the same, because like everyone's a golfer, right? So you put everyone in the golfer, but they're hitting two different target audiences, man.
No, for
Whereas
sure.
Tacoma is more like I would say the more intro level beginner play, or even like if you're getting a little better, right? But you just don't want to spend a lot of money. But when you get to like the Callaways and stuff, you're either a name brand guy who's gonna shoot a 104 or a 114 on the course, or
Yeah.
you've actually played a little bit, and you want that new technology. So I don't even know if they're competing. It's just kind of like it's just two separate worlds.
Yeah, I think they're in two different market spaces.
Yep.
But I mean, you could see them shift and try and have two different lines to hit both
Hmm.
market shares, which
Yeah.
I think would be a great thing to see. It's obviously more money for them if they're in two market shares opposed to one.
Yeah.
So I don't see any how it would hurt them.
Yep. And I do think it will be important because I know that, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Good is Callaway.
Yep,
So Grant was TaylorMade. I think he plays a TaylorMade driver,
he
but
does.
everything
Tacoma
else is
irons.
Tacoma. Probably TaylorMade
Yeah,
Woods. I know that Micah Morris is Titleist, but like I can't name a bunch of
yep.
other YouTubers who are in like the big brands, like other than Tacoma. So I think maybe that's an avenue that the big brands might need to figure out what they're doing. They might need to figure out how to get to because the YouTube golf space is growing.
No, it is. I think that it's definitely something that has shown a ton of growth for Tacoma because they were kind of, at least from my recollection, they were kind of the first to sponsor YouTube golfers. and do it as like a mass. And yeah, you have companies that occasionally, like Callaway's got a couple of guys that are YouTube golfers. I think they're the brand that's most willing to do that and sponsor with a YouTube golfer, besides Tacoma. But yeah, I think that that's definitely shown a lot of growth at Tacoma, and I think that that's something the big brands probably need to catch on to more a little bit if they want to keep competing in that market share.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just for the fans listening, whatever, if you do play golf, please drop below, drop in the comments what clubs you playing. What clubs do you want? What's your dream club set? Please tell us if you're watching any YouTube golf or if you're watching PGA or Live Golf. Please let us know, man. We want to know. We want to dive in. We maybe Mitch, maybe one day when we get big, we do episodes with subscribers.
Sure, we could do a hater series. We'd get beat, but we could do a hater series.
Well, we might have to play a scramble.
Scramble hater series, good idea. I like that.
2v1
Hey,
scramble
first
hater
of its
series.
kind.
And they have
First
to
of its
play
kind.
opposite-handed and blindfolded and with only a
we get
putter.
we get to play the front tees. They're on the tips, opposite-handed, blindfolded, and ladies clubs. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking just a putter, dude. I mean, if you give them enough clubs, they're gonna beat us.
Bro, could you imagine the series, me and you scrambling versus Martin Borgmeyer with a putter only?
I don't want to. I like our chances. I
I
don't.
don't.
I don't, not at all.
But it'd be funny, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. So please comment down. Let us know about your golf clubs. What do you play if you're interested in playing, or even if you hate the game and think it'd be fun to do like a fun. We've talked about doing an episode on the golf course, doing a golf cam. So I think that'd be
Oh yeah.
just a great. But before we jump in, to our next topic, Mitch, would you please do what you do?
Yeah. We do. Yeah, I think let me try and find it. The sponsors were tough to find this week, guys.
Oh, okay. You got to dig deep.
All right.
Dig in the bag.
Yeah, I gotta dig. All right. This segment is brought to you by My Lard Ass. If you or anyone you know be interested in some pro bono work, please hit us up at showyourworkboys@yahoo.com. This would be strictly for editing. I didn't expect to edit and have it take up so much of my damn time. And I also don't know how to make anything look good. So this is kind of I'm just pasting clips together here and making sure the video goes smoothly and the transitions are all right. But if anyone can do some pro bono work, give us some cool visuals, make editing funny, please do it for free for us. We'll give you a shout out. You can we'll sponsor you for free. We'll put your Instagram, your whatever, everywhere we can. We just greatly appreciate that.
Yeah. And if you can hear from Mitch's message, that means I do nothing besides show up to this podcast. So we need a member with actual we need a member with actual work ethic, because apparently I have none. Is what I just learned. Oh man. So Mitch, the NBA.
Yeah.
I know it's not your specialty, right? But the All-Star game just happened. Or the
No,
All-Star
it's not.
weekend. But the All-Star weekend just happened. I don't know if you tuned in, but I know that the format was a little different this year of everything. I know that Friday night we still had the celebrity game with the Rising Stars game, which was cool. Saturday night is Saturday night. What do you think about all this format changing and the issue that the players aren't playing hard enough?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest. If I didn't have a sports podcast that I was doing, I literally would not know that All-Star Weekend just happened. But
Fair enough.
I think there's a couple options to make it better. They've been trying to implement some new ideas and formats to make it more enjoyable for the fans to watch. It's just, I don't think it's been happening. I don't think it's happened the way they wanted. I think that they either need to go the complete joke route, which is like just show up, play horse, play a different sport, just something, because you're not going to get a true performance out of any of the stars. Like LeBron's not going to want to go and actually try like he's in the finals. But I do have an idea that I think if they keep the 4-team format, they did have a 4-team format this year, correct?
Yep, 14 format.
Yeah.
No, 3-team
If
format.
they
No. Let me not be a fool. Nope, 2 USA teams and a world team.
Okay,
My ball
okay.
knowledge just about went out the window. Yeah.
No, you're good, man. That's why you're here. You're
I
you're
didn't
the
watch it
you're the
either,
fact
but
checker. Yeah, I want to see the. We probably should have looked up the viewership numbers for that. I bet that was pretty
I mean,
abysmal.
I
But
guess I watched a little bit of the highlights, but no, go ahead. Sorry.
you're good. Um, I think that they could do something similar to the NBA Cup. I think because you said they had 2 USAs, 1 world team. I think they could go 2 USA teams, 2 world teams, and do something similar to the NBA Cup. I think that one, you offer a cash prize like the NBA Cup. That brings a lot of incentive to the players because I think the NBA Cup has had a lot of success with its format and the prize and everything. I didn't think it was going to be much when it happened, and it was really good the first year they did it and this year. And so I think there was some good feedback with that. So I think they could do 4 teams. You're also solving the issue of having all-star snubs. If you got 4 teams and you have more roster spots,
Hmm.
there's not going to be as many snubs and as many like it's going to be less for us to talk about and say, "Oh, well this guy should have been in the All-Star game." Um, those are a couple ideas that I had. I would love to know if you had any ideas of how the NBA could make All-Star weekend a little better.
No, that's great. And I think this year, as much as I just said I didn't watch it, I did go check some of the highlights out. I do think that this year was better. I think that players played a little harder, which makes the game easier to watch. It's not. I saw Stephen A. Smith talk about this, and I agree with him on this point, which is very weird. It's not necessarily about the format of the All-Star game. It's if the players are going to try or not. And this year, from the jump, Wembanyama played hard, which made Anthony Edwards played hard, which made other players play hard. So it's kind of like a
Okay.
trickle down effect. So with your format, I love the format of offering, because the money is going to be a great incentive to make players play hard. My only fear with adding an extra team and you get rid of the All-Star snubs is what is the meaning of being an All-Star? Does that diminish, right? So you kind of got to play the game of all of that. But really, it's just about players playing hard, man. So, I mean, your format, again, I love your format. I love the idea of round robin. I think that it's fun. I think that I understand. I would love if it went back to USA or East versus West or even like USA versus
Yeah,
World, just a full team played 48-minute games. But I also don't think players want to do that, right? So the
I don't
12-minute
think
games
so.
made it an easier stretch. You don't have to play as hard. Kawhi Leonard had 31 points in one 12-minute game, which is nasty, right? Like, I
Jesus.
mean, you've got Kawhi Leonard, who is known for load management, playing really hard in the All-Star game. I mean, it shows you something. LeBron was dunking. Yeah. So I mean, I think the format it is what it is. As long as players play hard, it will be everything you want it to be. I do like the idea of incentivizing. One thing I think just for All Star in general is I think that they should add a 1v1 tournament. I think that that would be really fun because I do think that NBA players. I don't think we think enough of how much like to think about that like Brian Scalabrine is closer to LeBron than I am closer to Brian Scalabrine. Like put that in
Oh yeah.
perspective. Like like NBA players are one of one when it comes to that stuff. So just their talent and skills as a one-on-one tournament. I'd love to see Kyrie and yeah, I'm trying to think Anthony Edwards go one-on-one to 11. I think that'd be sick. But that's
Yeah.
also just me and thinking of viewership.
I think that'd be good too. I think Wemby, unfortunately, would probably win that pretty
I, I,
easily.
I don't think you can let him play. I think that
Yeah,
there's and nothing against Wemby. He's great. Yeah, Wemby's awesome, but he's seven
nuts.
foot five. He would win every tournament.
Yeah,
Uh, so, but I do think that that's a great way. I hope that the NBA. I think the NBA is looking into a one-on-one tournament, so that'd be really cool. I also hope people just start doing the dunk contest, man, because I miss watching that event when I was a kid, or recently when Mac McClung was in it, when the
yeah.
Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon stuff. Like, dude, this year was just I went to my buddy. It was my buddy's birthday, the
Hmm.
night of the All Star break, and we went to the casino, and it was on, and I was like, I'd rather go lose money at the casino than watch the All Star game, right?
I mean, that's fair.
So it's just like, bro, I don't want to see nothing again. I don't want to see Keyshawn Johnson win the dunk contest. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks Mac McClung backed out, and just didn't go. But I mean, it's also fair on his end. Like they literally just bring him out like a show pony at the dunk contest every year, and
Hmm.
he doesn't have an NBA contract. Like the dude's trying to be a hooper.
Yeah.
You can't just keep using him for one thing all year and then never reward him. Like,
Yeah, I have a real issue with them being like, "Oh, dude, we'll get you on a two-way so you can do the dunk contest," and then they waive him
mhm.
right after. I've got an issue with
Yeah.
that, man. Like, and it's nothing with Mac. I watched Mac like when he was in high school, and he's a hooper. I think
Oh my
I don't know
God,
if he's
yes.
like an I don't know if he's like a full NBA talent. I don't know. I haven't seen it, right? The Pacers signed him and played him a couple games, and he did what he was serviceable for the team,
Hmm.
right? For a team that's tanking, but I think like it's disrespectful that a three-time dunk champion has to get picked up on a two-way and get waived. Like
For
you
sure.
might as well just let him come as just like a guest.
Yeah,
He's gonna wipe the floor with all the NBA dudes. So why like just pay him for winning the dunk contest? Give him like a serviceable amount. Let him help his family. Move that way.
I agree. I agree. It's a weird situation. I mean, obviously it's a business, so you're
Yeah,
always going to have that argument from the owners and the GMs. But
for sure.
definitely would make the All-Star game and the dunk competition a billion times better.
And that's all we want. All you need is viewership. Adam Silver, if you're hearing me, which I know you are because you are a watcher of Show Your Work podcast, do something for the viewers, man. Don't do it for yourself. Do it for us.
Yeah.
Not for Mitch. He won't watch it regardless. But do it for
No,
me.
I won't watch it. Yeah.
Do it for me.
But I'll
Do it
give
for all of
updates
us.
on it and talk about it like I watched it.
Hey, hey, that just makes you that grows your sports knowledge, and we
Oh
appreciate
yeah.
you showing your work.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
my goodness, man. So as much as the NBA and the All Star and tanking and everything is, it's just it's been a problem, Mitch. I think that um, I'd love you if you would jump into another ad.
Okay. I think I got another one somewhere in here.
Do you see how I just
Um,
L worded you on the
L-worded me?
pod? Yeah.
I don't, I didn't catch it.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I love you too, Tony.
Oh,
All right. This episode is brought to you by a new segment and content idea. I was approached by a pretty big investor. I won't name names, but they'd really like me to do a series called Manic Mitch Mondays. Basically, this would be short format videos, about 15 to 20 minutes. It's going to be me and Tony. Tony's going to bring up heavily controversial takes or topics. But the twist, I'm chugging beers or I've already been drinking all day and am pretty hammered. Um, Let us know what you think in the comments of this idea. If it's a great idea, if it's a terrible idea. I know we could probably clip farm pretty good, but I don't know. It might be a really bad idea.
we promote responsible drinking here. 21 and up drinkers, and Mitch is of age. This is
I
just
am definitely of age if you couldn't tell.
and as it if you're hearing our ad reads and you're like, what? This is where we need ads, man. We need sponsors, please, please.
If you
Show
guys
your
just want
work,
us to
boys.
knock off these stupid ads that are out of this world, like just go ahead and get us a real sponsorship, man. Like it's
Yeah.
that easy to solve.
Yes, please. Just email showyourworkboys@yahoo.com. I don't know how we got a Yahoo account instead of a Gmail account, but again, I don't do anything. I just come here and talk. So that's my role on Show Your Work.
I already had a personal Gmail account, man. I couldn't make
Yeah,
another one, so
whatever. They don't want to hear you cry wolf. So Mitch, NCAA basketball, another
yeah,
area where you lack knowledge. But the one thing that I wanted to make sure we talk about is Darren Peterson,
yeah.
the icon that he is, the most skilled player in college basketball right now, but he plays the least amount of minutes. Thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Obviously, I don't follow a ton of college basketball or any basketball anymore.
Mhm.
But like, there's some stories that are big enough to where you just always catch on to it. And I was scrolling, see a stat line from Darren Peterson. I'm like, damn, okay, pretty good. Like, I think it was like 26 points, 6 threes, something like that. Like, And then it says 20 minutes in it. And I'm like, oh, this was in a half? Like, I think it was 18 minutes. But Darren Peterson is strictly playing not to win. He's playing for his stat line and his draft lottery status, which, I mean, I think it's his way of saying, you're not going to let me forego college basketball. You're going to make me play a year in college. I'm going to still show you that I'm a top pick in the draft, but I really don't care to play all the games or give myself risk to get hurt.
No, that's valid, and it hurts me. It really does what college basketball is becoming. It hurts what he's doing. I'm a big Bill Self guy. I don't know if you know a lot about Bill Self and, the Kansas head coach. He's been there for a very long time, and he runs a winning program, man. I'm a bigger fan of like Kansas than when like Kentucky was John Calipari. Like I've never really had hate for Bill Self. I just think he runs a good program, does what he's supposed to do. And he recruits this guy, Darren Peterson, all world talent. And he's like, dude, like we got they've got a natty championship squad if Darren Peterson's hooping and he's playing for real. I believe that. I still think they're really good without him, but adding him in there, it just takes it to another level. And he comes in and, he gets his NIL, right?
Yep.
Get your bag, do what you got to do, right? And he comes in and I think they've played like 25 games and he's missed 11 of them. And he's only played he's played less than 20 minutes in 7 of them.
Yep.
Like, bro, like, I can promise you, as a Pacers fan, when Kansas played BYU, so it was Darren Peterson, AJ DeBanso.
AJ.
Dude, I tuned in. My roommate even came and told me, he said, hey, it's the Pacers sweepstakes game. I was like, dude, like, these are 2 guys I would love to have on my team, bro. And I watched it, and I was like, oh, dude, Darren Peterson's a hooper. And he sat out the whole second half. I was like, bro, like, this was supposed to be cinema. And now, they still won, but it's like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's bad for basketball. I think a lot more players are going to do it as the time comes on, players who are good enough to be in the NBA. Like, and no disrespect to him and his talent. He was good enough to play in the NBA last year when he was in high school. Like, he was ready.
Yeah.
And I understand the rule, you have to play a year of somewhere, but still, bro, like, if you're going to get that bag, come play, man. Like, just come to do it for school spirit. I mean, that's what makes college basketball different from NBA is that you've got the school spirit. Bro, I love, like, I'll be honest, I love going to college games more than NBA games just because the fandom is so cool, bro. Like, going into an Assembly Hall or a Mackey Stadium, bro, like, it's just Mackey Arena. I mean, it's amazing just to hear the crowd. So, Darren Peterson, it hurts me, to say the least.
Yeah, I think it does more than just, like, hurts the viewership and people, like, questioning your effort. I think it hurts NIL, too, because, I mean, the funding's going to slow up or dry up, in a word, if they see top guys. Like, what was he, top 3 recruit in the country?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're not going to be rewarded, or if they're just going to not play, they're going to play very minimum minutes, the absolute bare minimum to still get drafted and only be there a year, they're just not going to get paid like they should in NIL. So I think that's something else that people aren't talking about enough.
Yeah, and if you're Bill Self, now that you've seen it, right? Darren Peterson, all-world talent, barely plays. Now you think about it when you're working with your NIL, do you go get a guy like Darren Peterson, or do you go get 3 guys who can make up a Darren Peterson, right? Who have different and you're paying less in NIL, or you're paying the same, but you're getting 3 players. I think just recruiting is going to change. It hurts the game. I hope that he just decides, okay, the tournament's coming up. I'm going to play all these games. If I see him set a game in the NCAA tournament and it hurts my bracket, I'm going to be furious.
Yeah, that would be a tough one.
Can you imagine Kansas losing the first round because Darren Peterson tweaks his left pinky? Goodness, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not about that. He has a headache.
Yeah. Dude gets a hangnail.
Goodness, it's so frustrating. So, but he has. You got to talk about it. He's been the talk of the town of college basketball and sports. I know he's trending all over. So, that's the big thing in college basketball is what's going on with Darren Peterson in the draft class. But I do want to just say on the terms of I'm an IU fan, but I'll admit it. Purdue whooped up on IU last night. For you all viewers, it's probably 2 nights ago. They whooped up on us bad at Mackey, man. And I just got to say, it's not our year. Not our year.
I mean, I genuinely don't have an opinion on this. I don't. An IU Purdue basketball game doesn't interest me at all. But
Yeah.
I know IU's had some hype going into this year for basketball.
Yeah.
It's actually, IU basketball is probably the one sport that I hate IU the least in, just because of, oh my God, what was the coach's name, bro? This is going to look bad.
Yeah. Because I can't help you because you've given me no context clues.
The IU coach.
How recent?
The chair throwing IU coach.
Oh, Bobby Knight.
Yes. God, dude. That's going to look so bad. Bobby Knight.
Clip it.
Like, I like the history there. I like all of that.
Mhm.
So I don't hate IU as much in
Yeah.
basketball as I do everything else. But I wanted to bring up something. A huge Big Ten matchup was Michigan and Purdue, and Michigan
Yeah.
came out on top. What do you believe happened in that game? What are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, dude. So, yeah, like I said, I jumped the gun on Purdue IU. But that game, yeah, I was on a Tuesday, I believe. And I mean, at Mackey, I know. So some of my actually, I'd say a lot of my buddies are Purdue fans.
Mhm.
And they do this thing where it's like, beat them up, beat them up. Dude, the stadium gets hype. So I see
Yeah.
my buddies were there. They were watching. So apparently the broadcast, before I even get in the game, the broadcast on YouTube TV, 15 minutes before the game, the announcers or the commentators, they muted
Mhm.
their mics and they just used the sound of the stadium. They were like, beat them up,
Wow.
beat them up. Crazy. Now, they got the brakes blown off them by Michigan. Michigan is just, it's nothing against Purdue. Like I said, I'm an IU fan, but I'm going to be as unbiased here as possible. I just think that Michigan's just a better team.
Mm.
I don't, Purdue's style of play, I think will suit them in the NCAA tournament. I think they'll have a good run. I hope they have a great run because the Final Four is in Indianapolis, so I would like to see an Indiana team in the Final Four. But dude, I think Michigan's just a better team, man. They came into Mackey and they meant business. I think they shot like 57% from three.
Oof.
It was insanity, dude. Dusty May's got those boys rolling.
Yeah, and I know from recent years past, like watching the Edie Purdue team,
Hmm.
I don't think that Purdue had like you said, Purdue does not have the play style to really. Number one, I don't think translate to successful long-term NBA
Yeah.
players, um, and I also think that it hinders them against teams in college that do have an NBA play style.
Yeah.
So they either need to adjust or they're never going to reach that they're never going to get over that hump, I don't think.
For sure. And I do want to say, like, Matt Painter, Hall of Fame coach, one of the best. Like, it is tough to play Matt Painter twice every year.
Mhm.
He's phenomenal. And in college basketball and the way it's trending, you win. So like Zach Edey, amazing. You win with guard play. And
Mhm.
Braden Smith is one of the best guards in the country. So I think
Yeah.
they always are going to have a chance to win. It's the issue of their supporting cast of guards. Their starting lineup, I think, because I've talked to my buddy Peyton Reesner at Biff2
Mhm.
Kawecki on Twitter. Got to shout him out. I think Braden Smith is actually like 5'10". And that says nothing against it. Like
Yeah,
he is
he's
super
small, dude.
talented, but he's really small. And there are other guards that start. So like their starting lineup, they've got like Trey Kaufman, Wren, and Oscar Clough, who I think are like, I don't think they're 7 foot. I think they're each like 6'8" to like
Mhm.
6'10" ish. But they're
What about the
wings, so
other
they're
number? What about the other 6 foot number?
6'7".
Yeah, you didn't want to hop in on that.
No. But shut up. Shut up. I can't believe I just did that. I'm so sorry. But
Flip it.
their other guards are like 6'1" and 6'3". So you're running a lineup of 5'10", 6'1", 6'3". And IU's done the same thing.
Yeah.
They've got a small lineup. You're not defending against bigger teams. It's tougher, especially Purdue plays a switch mind style of basketball, so they switch
Yep.
like everything, and it's not going to be helpful. But like I said, like again, I'm gonna, IU. If we make the tournament, we're gonna be an early exit. I hope we can be a Cinderella, but we'll be an early exit. So I'm gonna be cheering for the Indiana teams coming down the pike. So hopefully they can fix it, roll it out. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, for sure. I know one thing I wanted to touch on before we go ahead and get out of talking about college basketball was
Hmm.
saw a stat line that I genuinely didn't believe for a second.
Yeah.
Darius Acuff,
Hooper.
Arkansas guard, dropped 50 against Bama.
Yep.
It's that's pretty hard to do in a college game. Um,
Yep.
but again, man, like Cal's in Arkansas now. Like, dude, Cal just his track record for all world elite of elite guards precedes itself.
Yeah.
They showed a they showed a stat that I also couldn't believe, and it was Coach Cal's guards' lifetime earnings
Hmm.
versus countries. His guards had earned 5.8 billion all-time career earnings, and it was on a list with like Latvia, other smaller countries, and they were number 2 on the list. So
Yeah.
his guards are genuinely earning more than entire countries' GDPs, which it just talks it shows itself, man. Like that's great coaching.
Yeah. And Acuff was on a walking boot 2 days before the game. And Cal said,
Oh my
"Are you going to
God.
play?" He said, "Are you going to play?" He goes, "Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I go play?
I got
Why wouldn't I go put
I got
50 on
50 in me,
Bama?"
coach.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
no, you're right though, man. As much as I'm not a Cal guy, bro, he uh, I don't know how to say this correctly, but I don't think he recruits to win games in college. I think he recruits to build men for the NBA. He's one of the
Yeah.
only coaches that does it. That's one of the things I can respect about him. He is someone who will help a kid get a generational bag to help his family and, better his life. Um, so I do respect that out of him. I don't think he's won. I mean, he won a national championship with Kentucky. I'm not a
He
big
won a
fan of his
couple, I
coaching
think.
style, but he's just so no. That it's dope. He's like I said, or like you said, having your guards make more money than a GDP of a couple countries is a little outlandish, but
Yeah.
power to him, right?
No, no.
For sure, man. So before we like jump into, I know we've got like two more like pressing things to talk about. Are you
Mm-hmm.
okay if I do like my own segment? You are like the ad read guy, but is it
Yeah,
okay if
yeah, yeah.
I have my own segment? Okay. So I did actually, Mitch, you say I don't work very hard for this podcast,
Okay.
but I actually worked
I
and I
never
got us a
said that,
sponsor.
but
But I worked and got us a sponsor.
okay, okay.
So I want everyone, this segment is called Messages About Mitch, sponsored by Josiah Rocky. And Josiah told me that
Here we go.
if you're going to Panera, get the pick two. You're getting the chicken bacon rancher and the mac and cheese. But if he's a little sick guy, he's going to switch the mac and cheese to broccoli cheddar soup. Just making sure everyone knows. My boy Josiah Rocky sponsoring this segment. So this is going to be messages about Mitch, and I think this is going to be a weekly thing if he wants to continue to sponsor, put some money in my pocket. But I've got some good and some bad feedback about Mitch on the podcast. And Mitch, I just want you to I'm going to read a couple and I just want you to kind of indulge it and tell me your thought process.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The first one is, and these could be good or these could be bad. So we're going to start off with a good
Mm-hmm.
one. Um,
Okay.
so at Matthew.early18, Matthew Early said, Mitch said it, so it's true. Hashtag expand.
Yeah. I mean, Matt Early played baseball with the guy. Good
Yeah.
guy. Great advocate of the show. I mean, he's not wrong. If I say it, most times it's true.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. You have a fan in Matt Early.
I do. I do.
Unfortunately, you don't have a fan in this next viewer who said, Mitch should never be allowed to buy a microphone. At Josiah
Yeah,
Rocky.
yeah. I was gonna say. I think that was from Josiah Rocky. Yeah, Josiah's been pretty verbal about the Mitch hate. He's
Yeah.
expressed a little more displeasure in me than I expected him to. But microphones are pretty cheap, man. So
Yeah.
I can buy a lot of microphones. So even if you take
Valid.
mine, I'm still gonna buy another one and find a way to put my takes on the internet.
Hey. Shout out, Mitch. I'm glad you're going against the hate because I've got another one. This is a conversation
Okay.
on our Instagram page at Show Your Work Boys
Uh-huh.
on Instagram. It's between at Dawson Estep and at Burles.
Yeah.
Do you know these two?
Yeah, I know them too. Yeah, I got it's my little brother and again another former college baseball teammate.
Awesome. Well, so Dawson said, Mitch is definitely not that lean. Obviously AI. And your little
Yeah,
brother commented, no, hold on, I'm not done.
okay,
And your
okay,
little
okay.
brother commented, 300 at least. So then Dawson replied, over under is set at 349 and a half. Now, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to let you take what you
You
got.
know what that means. You know what that means. They're they're accusing me of prompting AI to make me look better shape than what I am. Yeah, I mean, sure. Was I close to the 300 pounds at some point in my life? Yeah. But 350 is a little wild, dude. I haven't even sniffed 350 ever, even at my most obese. 350 is crazy.
Mitch, I think you look great, man. I think you look
I
great.
appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You know, been on a diet recently. Been going a little harder
Yeah.
in the gym than usual, and
Heck yeah, man.
yeah, we're
That's
seeing a little bit
awesome.
of results.
That's awesome. And you have another comment from a fan. It says, Mitch is spitting at Robbie Knight. He's spitting.
My boy Robbie. Yeah, this is actually shout out Robbie at he was at Mount St. Joe, wide receiver for D3 football team. Gotta love the kid. Great athlete.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I hate
he
to tell
was
you this. At
yeah.
Robbie Knight is my fraternity brother.
Robbie Bly is who I was thinking of. Shout out Robbie Bly. Robbie Knight, I also appreciate your support. Um, yeah, that's my bad. What did he say again? I can't remember.
He said Mitch is spitting. Talking about Ohio State.
Oh yeah, dude. He's a OSU supporter like I am. Gotta love to see the Buckeye support. You know, it's a deep community. We're always going to support our own.
Yep. All right. And I've got two more. Just real quick, I'll put them together.
Okay.
It's from the same person.
Yeah.
You can probably guess it's at Josiah Rocky. Yeah.
Yeah.
First one is incredible podcast from Tony today. Mitch can do a little better. I think he should work on his vocabulary. And this guy, Mitch, seems like he might not know ball. Any thoughts?
Yeah. The knowing ball thing, I think it speaks for itself. You know, we show our work, we put our homework in. I'm not going to be fazed by that comment, but the vocabulary actually hurts a little bit, if I'm being honest. You know, went to college, got a degree. I feel like I'm pretty articulate. I feel like my vocabulary and my being articulate is better than most. Obviously, I'm not as articulate and eloquent as Tony, as I said earlier, but that one kind of hit a little bit deeper than I expected it to.
Yeah. Well, Mitch, I just want to say you've got a well-versed bag of fans and enemies, and I hope that we can continue to have, maybe we even have a Tony segment at some point, but there just wasn't a lot of talk about me because apparently I don't show my work a lot. So,
I think you're just less controversial. I think you're more.
I'm a hidden answer guy.
I think you're more socially acceptable than I am.
I'm a sports guy. Sue me. Please don't. We don't have any sponsors.
Sue this guy.
But no.
Sue this guy.
No, please don't. So that was messages about Mitch, sponsored by Josiah Rocky. He did it from his computer on Instagram. So shout out Josiah. To jump into one of our last topics, Mitch. So one big thing that's happening right now in the NFL,
yeah,
especially for us who live in Indiana, is that the Chicago Bears are moving to northern Indiana, which I think is great, not only for our economy, but I think it's great for our, just our state in general, a state that has become a strong sports state. I just want to get your thoughts, kind of just what you're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't have Indiana having two NFL teams on my bingo card anytime soon. So it's definitely a little bit of a shock. I do understand the move from a financial standpoint. I know that Indiana was able to offer them a ton of tax cuts, and a lot of like basically like discounts to come move to Indiana. And they're moving them to a pretty desolate part of Indiana. I mean, I believe it's Hammond, Indiana, which is
Mm-hmm.
close to Gary.
Yep.
It's known to be a rough area that has kind of like Detroit had a great time in history, and was a booming economy, but is not anymore. And I think it's awesome for a town like that to have some resurgence in growth and hopefully bring back a lot of community and jobs into the area.
Yeah, two areas from Indiana I think put in bids, like strong bids, in Hammond,
Mm,
Indiana, and then Gary, Indiana. And I
yep,
do really I think it's very important that if it wasn't going to stay in Chicago and it came to Indiana, it came to those cities because I think those are just two, in my opinion, those are two great spots to have sports arenas. You're going to have a lot of strong fans, not only from the Indiana area, but they're so close to Chicago that
for
it's going to
sure.
draw in people from Chicago. They're not just going to stop, right? Like Chicago Bears fans, they're going to be upset. It's not in, the heart of Chicago, but
Yeah,
they're not going to stop cheering for the team, I don't think. They're just probably going to get mad at management. Um, but I do think that such a good move by Indiana. I don't know how we swayed it away, but look at us go, man.
yeah. I mean, we got our legislators are putting in work, man. That was big.
Yeah. So shout out the Bears. I'm
Yeah.
assuming they're still going to be called the Chicago Bears. I haven't heard anything different.
You can't rename them the Hammond Bears, I don't
No.
think. Um,
The Region
but
Bears. I don't know what they'd be called.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So speaking of a Bears quarterback,
Yeah,
so Caleb Williams has been in the news recently.
he has.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I do. I don't I don't know how strong the source is. I don't know how well it's going to be perceived that it was actually real and it happened. But there's some reports coming out that Caleb Williams put a post on his Instagram story, and it was a picture of three furries. It was quoted, "Had a fun time with the squad, traded in the bear for a fox." Uh, Knee-jerk reaction. This seems like a Caleb Williams thing, and this isn't hate at all. It just seems like on his vibe. Um, I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. Like, there's so many NFL players, NBA players, just pro athletes in general that we have no idea about their personal lives and what they do. So if you're putting on a mask to be like, if you're putting on a whole costume that covers your head, covers your whole body, like literally anybody could be in those things. And there's cosplayers, there's people that are fans of anime that I'm sure do stuff similar to this. It's just, it's definitely controversial to do, um, because of the society that we're in. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that for a minute.
No, that's
Do you have
fair.
any
And
opinion on that?
I just don't know if it's a legit story. That's why I brought it up because you said you knew a little bit about it. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. In my opinion, I'm a Caleb Williams guy.
Hmm.
I think he's a great quarterback. I also think he's
No,
a
I
good
am
dude.
too.
In general, and I'm not saying you aren't. No, no. I'm just speaking
Hmm.
out there. So I don't know how legit the source is, man. And honestly, bro, do what you do, Caleb. Like
Exactly.
I'm not gonna judge it. I just think that I think sometimes the media, and I guess we're becoming the media, but the media
Hmm.
will sway things in a certain direction to get the clicks it needs to get. I just don't think this is something that needs to be as clicky. I think it just needs to be Caleb Williams. Caleb, he's been living his life after they lost to the Rams, and I think
Hmm.
he's been to a lot of Chicago sports around the area. He's doing a lot of things in the community, man. I don't want to put too much into it. I'm gonna be a Caleb guy. He's on my other fantasy team, so and I'm gonna keep him because he's a great quarterback and
Yeah.
is what it is. Yeah.
No,
Where'd you
I'm on
see
the
that,
same
by the way?
track.
Was
Like
that
I
was that
said,
on his Instagram?
no, so it was a random Instagram account that there was screenshots circulating that he put it on his story and people had
Mm,
screenshotted it
okay,
and it was taken
got you,
down after the
got you.
fact pretty quickly. That obviously all alleged, not a reliable source at all. Just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was something noteworthy about the NFL, and we don't have much NFL going on right now.
No, I got you. Yeah, there's not a lot. The only like NFL stuff that's happening is kind of like um, draft prospects coming up. Like
Hmm.
because the draft will be up in a little bit. But one thing that's like not like kind of draft related is, did you see that there's going to be a game in Mexico next year?
I did.
You
You
see
know
who's
where that
playing?
game is located at?
I have no idea.
It's right next to an electrical substation. Guess who plays
Mm.
there?
The Niners.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, what even are these electrical substations? Is it just big power plants that generate a ton of EMF waves? Like what they have to do something because the Niners are going down like flies. Like,
Yep.
bro, if they're not getting shot like Ricky Pearsall, they're going down with an Achilles or tearing an ACL or going insane like Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with the Niners in these substations. I think
Yeah.
it's mandatory that they do something about them in this upcoming year, or else they're never going to be able to get back to what they were doing before.
Yeah. No, I totally. And we'll see what that looks like. I'm happy the NFL is expanding to other countries. I think that it's kind of like the NBA's gone global, so I think it's cool the NFL's going global. I really appreciate just sports becoming wide known. So we'll see kind of what that looks like. That is a very, a very fun topic to kind of
Yep.
jump into. And then just some other things on like the NFL. I know that Mendoza reportedly wanted to play at Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Kirby didn't pick up the phone apparently, so end up at the schools he ended up at. Went to Cal, Indiana. Um, could you imagine if Kirby Smart would have got a hold of Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah, I mean, Kirby just stays being one of the biggest demons to Ohio State. Like, he beats us when Noah Ruggles missed the field goal. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's always in it. And I think if he would have picked Mendoza up, it would have been different. We wouldn't have had to play him and IU. And yeah, Kirby just kind of makes my life hell every once in a while. And that reminded me of that.
Yeah, yeah, that's so tough. And Carson Beck essay got leaked.
That one was rough, dude. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did not see it. No.
I mean, it was pretty much copy paste the Cam Scattaboo essay.
Not good.
Dude, it was really bad. Like, I probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to make any absurd statements here, but yeah. I mean, you can probably give middle schooler the same assignment and get a better grade.
No, that's valid. Hey, Josiah coming at your vocab should have went at Carson Beck, right?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Where's the Carson
Yeah.
Beck and Scattaboo hate?
Yeah.
I could leak some of my college essays, and they're better than those.
You should, man. Put him on the
I
pod.
don't, I don't know if the people want that.
That's valid. Well, there's not a lot of NFL going on. Just kind of wanted to bring up some of those pieces. I know that the Bears thing is huge, so I'm really excited
Yeah,
to see what that looks like, the stadium. I'll definitely make a trip out there. I know that you're in northern Indiana, so maybe we'll meet up and do something outside the stadium.
yeah, man, that'd be fun. We might be sketchy, but be a lot of fun.
No, bro. I love. I actually I've been in Hammond quite a bit. Um, And no, I like being around that. I think it's gonna be super dope. So, but before we jump into, last segment, have a lot of fun. Are you cool if I do one more little segment
Yeah,
ad
yeah.
read?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Well, so this segment is sponsored by obviously myself because I could not find another, sponsor because I don't work very hard, is what Mitch said. But this sponsored is called Mitch and Tony Hard Counts.
Oh,
We're gonna see if we can make our audience jump off sides.
I
Mitch, would you
love
like to do the
this.
honors?
No, no, no. You go first. It's your segment.
Okay. Hold on. Green 19.
Okay, come on. Where's the
Green 19.
effort? There we go.
Kill, 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 kill. Timeout. I hope they jumped.
That was good. That was good. That was
Thanks.
good. I think I'm gonna do mine real quick.
Okay.
Red, grenade.
Ah, the old Jackson Dart method.
Yeah,
You gotta.
that was a little bit of charades for you. I didn't want to go full hard count there. I just wanted to show the Jackson Dart appreciation with the old purple.
No, it's fair. I was just trying to make a clip.
Yeah, I like it.
Sometimes Dart goes just like you said. Sometimes he goes
Purple, baby.
purple. Man, so thank you all for watching the segment called Tony and Mitch's Hard Count. Um, please, we need sponsors, man. It's hard to come up with this stuff.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so the last thing we kind of want to jump into today, because it was big prevalent on last episode, just because it's going to be something that we have a lot of discourse and banter about, was college football. Do you have any fun college football updates coming down the pike?
I got a couple, not anything huge. We don't have to spend a ton of time on them.
Hmm.
I know the Big Ten, I saw something they were pushing for a 24 team playoff. I just think it's a terrible idea. I think, like, you keep expanding, it's going to turn into March Madness, and it's going to turn into guys sitting out the early games, and then it's going to turn into, like, they're going to be playing 20 games. You just can't do that for a college football season. And you're going to have, again, matchups like Tulane getting crap beat out of them, and it's just not going to be as enjoyable. I also got, yeah, we'll edit that. I also got Ohio State opening as the natty favorite. I don't love this for us, just because Texas was a pretty big favorite last year, and we saw that happen, how that worked out for them.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bittersweet there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the last thing that we kind of want to bring up that we can discuss a little more was Trinidad and Joey Aguilar were denied the Diego Pavia year in their court hearings.
That's fair. See, I thought Trinidad got. I thought the court martial. I thought he accepted his 6th year.
I think Trinidad was more along, like, they were more acceptable of Trinidad than Joey Aguilar, I believe, but I believe he got denied.
That's fair. Oh, okay. Then I need to go check my ratings. On your the pushing for 24. That's too many teams. It's too many games. Football is a very violent sport. The way it's
Yes.
played, I just think people not only will get hurt, but again, I love saying this, they'll play the Darren Peterson role of sitting games. And I think I like the number. I like 12. I'm fine with having some snubs because, I mean, it's a good conversation to have. It's unfortunate for the teams that do get snubbed out. But, dude, if you push for 24 teams, I mean, at some point, Miami of Ohio's football team is going to go undefeated, and we're going to have to put them in the tournament, right? So I don't want to have to jump into that, that rabbit hole. So I think if we keep expanding, then, I mean, what is the sport really doing? So I'm okay with 12. I'd be okay with 16 at max. I think I just don't want to go any more than that. On your OSU topic, I think the difference between OSU and Texas as favorites for number one is that Julian Sainz, your quarterback, and it's not Arch Manning, who had not much experience, had just a lot of hype coming out, and the name. The name helps, obviously. But I do think that Julian Sainz, I think he's poised and ready, and I think he's got the receivers to do it. Where I don't know if Texas really had the names that Ohio State has. So I like you guys being favorites. I mean, I'm okay if you lose too. It's great for business.
Yeah, it is good for business. All right, the last thing that we're bringing up for college football, I have a new segment. And I don't know if this is going to be a recurring one just because we're a little limited, but
sure.
I'm going to have you blind rank live college mascots.
Ooh, exciting.
So we're going to go 1 through 8.
Okay.
So we're going to go number 1, favorite live college mascot. Number 8, least favorite, shouldn't be a live college mascot.
And I just say a number with these, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can do that.
All right, first one we're going to start off with. We're going to start off with Tusk 6. If you don't know what college it's associated with, I will give you the answer.
Tusk 6. Is that Arkansas?
It is Arkansas.
That's a good one, man. I'm going to go 3.
3, okay.
Go 3.
We're going to go second one for you to rank. Go Mike 7.
Mike 7. What? You're going to have to tell me what these are, man.
You're good. It's LSU's Tiger.
Oh, dude. Ayo.
Suck that tiger dick, bitch.
Give me one, bro. That's a good one.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's one of the big mascots for sure.
I like that one. The next one up on the list, best name out of the whole list,
Mm-hmm.
Sir Big Spur 7.
Mm. What does that mean? Again,
That's South Carolina's Gamecock.
give me 6, man. Cool
God, the
name, cool name,
Sir
but
Big Spur hate, bro.
give me, yeah, cool name, but
All right. Next up, we got, I believe I'm reading this right, Bully 22.
it's my favorite number. Who's Bully 22?
That's Mississippi State. It's Bulldog.
Love a good bulldog. So I've gone 1, 3, and 6.
I need to make a list. Yeah.
How many of you? Yeah, is this the fourth one? Yeah. So I've gone 1, 3, and 6. I'm gonna put them at 4. No, Mississippi State. Nah, dude, Josh, give me 2.
2.
Give me 2. Yeah.
All right.
I hope your list isn't really good.
All right. Well, the next one's going to be kind of tough because you gave Uga 11 a lot of hate with putting Bully at number 2. This is Georgia's Bulldog.
Great. Yeah, I would have put them at 2. I'll put them at 4 then. Yep, put them at 4.
All right.
Dang
Okay.
it.
Next up, we got another furry friend. We got Smokey 11. It's Tennessee's. Yeah.
Volunteer. I like that one. Dang it, dude. What am I doing? I'll go 5.
Okay. Go 5 for Smokey. All right. Last 2. We're down to the last 2. You have.
Okay.
I'm
So
going
I
to
have
give
6 and 8 left, or 7
nope,
and
you
8.
have 7 and 8 left.
Okay, cool. All right.
We got War Eagle 8, Auburn.
Give me 8. I gotta leave 7 open.
Oh, you're putting a bald eagle last on the list?
No, I said 8.
8
yeah,
is
for all,
last.
yeah, that's tough, dude. Yeah, that I didn't do well, man.
It's all right. Last one we got. We already know where you got to put him. We got Bevo. It's Texas's Longhorn. You got to put him
Dude,
at
my list is awful. What am I doing? But wait, so I have to put Texas Longhorn. What's the number after 6?
I'm not saying it.
Okay. All right, fair enough. That's where where the Texas Longhorn is going. Yeah. Let me study up on this. Yeah, that's bad. Oh, that's bad.
It's a tough list. There should be. I mean, we might have our first week of Tony hate comments after this.
And that's
this
fine. Honestly, I'll take it. I'm gonna take it on the chin. Oh my goodness.
All right, you wanna move us into our last and final segment? Get a little ad read here, and then move into our last segment.
Sure, Mitch. So for my ad read again, we don't have sponsors, man. So you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be vulnerable with the audience. Please. Please. We're begging you. We want this to be real. We're just 2 dudes in different parts of the state who want to be great. Sponsor us.
I mean, we're just begging for money on the side of the road at this point.
Yeah. And you can see, I didn't do my work. I don't work hard. And I get that. But support Mitch. If anything, support him.
Support us both.
Oh, man. Please. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm going to take a sip of water if you want to jump us into our last segment.
Yeah. So the last thing we got a college baseball and MLB. A couple of updates here, a couple of talking points. College baseball just got started a couple weeks ago, I believe, maybe a week ago. I just wanted to jump in, talk a little bit, again, super short segment. There's not a ton going on yet. College baseball is a long season, ton of teams. But yeah, I just wanted to list a couple of random teams that I saw over the weekend that played really well. I know Morehead State upset Kentucky, and UC San Diego had a series against number 1 ranked UCLA, and UC San Diego hits the shit out of the ball. Michael Crossland hits the cover off the ball specifically. I believe he hit 2 nukes in 4 innings, and it's just really impressive to see a small mid-major team like that go up against number 1 UCLA and do so well.
I feel like college baseball. Sorry to jump. I feel like college baseball is just so fascinating on the fact of it maybe just for me, but when I like check out college baseball, you see a lot of upsets going on, which I think is just super good for the game. I like seeing, the fairy tale ending win a game.
Yeah.
So hearing that UC San Diego is taking number one UCLA, like those are just two different schools. Or you get
I
the
don't.
Morehead State and the Kentucky, the
Yeah.
two schools from that state, right? Like it's a good battle. I think it's good.
Yeah. I don't think UC San Diego won any of those games, but it was very like it was a
Yeah.
very competitive series.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
it looked like they definitely deserved to be on the same field as UCLA.
Absolutely.
And then I want to talk about a couple teams. So for you, Tony, for any of the listeners that don't watch college baseball at all, I wanted to
Hmm.
list a couple teams that I think are super enjoyable and fun to watch, play
Yep.
really well-rounded baseball, do the right things, pitch really well, do the
Yep.
fundamentals right, bunt the runners over, steal bases, super
Hmm.
sound. And that's Louisville, Arkansas, and North Carolina.
Ooh.
Um, there's teams like Florida, and there's teams similar to Florida that will always be in the top 25 or
Yeah.
close because they have just the absolute star power to get there. Um, but teams like Louisville, Arkansas, and North Carolina don't always land the huge guys. Arkansas is probably the most notable on this
Yep.
list. And they just have great all around teams and put together innings. They have great staffs always. They have consistent staffs. So if
Hmm.
anybody's wanting to watch some college baseball coming up, go ahead and check one of those three out, and
Yeah.
it guarantee it to be a great game.
Definitely check the squads out, man. We're gonna talk college baseball this year, so we'll be exciting.
Yeah. And then moving over, previously hitting on UCLA, watch them in that series against UC San Diego.
Hmm.
Not sold on them being the number one team.
Okay.
Um, I don't have an early number one right now or who's going to win it just because I haven't seen enough yet, but definitely don't think it's UCLA.
For sure.
Just wanted to
For sure.
mention that
We'll
real quick.
yeah, we'll figure that out. I mean, I think that maybe if you all want list, we'll come back next week and we'll list our top five teams who we think could win this year's uh, NCAA baseball.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a really early top five. I like it.
And that's
Um,
fine. You got to start early.
exactly. Then something else that I wasn't going to mention on just because it's not super notable, but it's relevant to you being an IU fan.
Sure.
So IU second baseman. Do you know what the yips is?
Yeah, I know what the Ips is.
Okay. Uh, IU second baseman's in shambles. I don't want to dog
Hmm.
on the kid too hard,
Okay.
but they were playing. I can't remember who they were playing, of course, but they were playing someone. I think it was North Carolina, but
Okay.
bottom of the ninth, they're up 2 runs. North Carolina's got 2 outs. Routine ground ball to the second baseman.
Yep.
And I mean, he spikes the ball 5 feet in front of him, ends up going to extra innings, and the other team won. Um, just wanted to talk about that because it's IU performing well, and I gotta hit on that after the way college football season ended. Give a little IU hate. Feels good to see that happen every once in a while after the championship. But
That, that's
hope
valid.
the kid gets the yips gone.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the Yips are terrible, and I know that they can be deadly. And by deadly, I mean
Oh
like it
yeah,
can be like a season long thing. So, we're really, I'll be honest, I don't jump into IU baseball a lot, but I do hope for the kid. I hope it gets better. I hope that season rocks, and as long as we beat OSU, that's all that matters.
yeah. I mean, all right. Um, I got two more things to hit on. So saw another stat that I was pretty impressed by. There was so far in the season, and I think this is the second or third weekend that they've been playing games. There's 240 college pitchers that have thrown over 95 miles an hour this season.
Mm,
To the
damn.
regular fan, I don't think that's a super shocking stat, but to everybody that really follows baseball and knows how impressive it is to hit 95 even once in your life,
Hmm.
like to have 240 18 to 20 or 22-year-olds do that, that's a big number. That shows how much I think the game of baseball is progressing through scientific data and just real evidence that these kids are, some of them 17, 18 years old, and they're able to throw 95. Like,
Yeah.
95 that's a big league fastball.
That's crazy, man.
It's nuts. Last thing, I just want to talk about, it's MLB update, but a lot of people probably don't know who Zach Veen is, but he jumped onto the scene last year, Colorado Rockies outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Most notable for hitting a homer and bat flipping. He threw his bat back at the pitcher, basically, after he hit a nuke. It was pretty funny. But he put on 40 pounds this offseason, and he's going to get drug tested a lot this year by the way that he looks. He genuinely looks like he ate his old self. So Zach Veen already hitting everybody's brains and thinking he's going to have a big season. Putting on 40 pounds is a big deal in the offseason.
Dinger show. It's time.
Oh, yeah. Especially in Colorado, man. That ball flies.
Oh, ball flies. Let's go.
All right. Well, Tony, if you want to take us out of here, get this outro going.
Sorry, bro. Baseball ain't that. I gotta jump up on baseball. So
no, you're good.
We're just so I can compete, you know?
Yeah.
Just so I can
compete.
show
your work a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. But we hope you all enjoyed episode 2 of Show Your Work, boys. Just another good episode, just to have, fun banterous time, but also talk about, some current event of sports. We obviously appreciate you all. We appreciate your support. We ask that you continue to comment, just tell us what you want us to revamp, what you like, what might be changed, what we suck at, any feedback is good for us. Please hit us at IG and YouTube at Show Your Work Boys, on TikTok at Show Your Work Podcast. And if you want to email us, showyourwork@yahoo.com. So please hit us up. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Appreciate it, everybody.